There is a nationwide march by security officers of the cash and transit industry. Our reporter Chriselda Lewis is live in Johannesburg in the CBD, and we cross to her now. Chriselda, a very good morning to you. How's the turnout?
Well, a very good morning to you, Desiree, live from the Johannesburg CBD. And this is where hundreds of workers in the cash and transit sector will be making their demands heard. They'll be marching from here into Carter Street through to several streets here in the Johannesburg CBD to the offices of the Community Safety MEC to hand over quite a number of demands at this stage, saying that the current scourge of attacks against those working in the cash and transit sector is enough, and they want government's intervention pertaining to the attacks that we've seen over the past couple of months. I'm going to ask your studio operator there to please patch me to your studio, as I cannot hear you very well, Desiree. But we'll chat now to Frank Ngumalo, who is the spokesperson for FEDUSA, and he joins me this morning. Baba Ngumalo, thank you very much for your time. Certainly quite a day for you to make known your concerns about what's been happening within the sector to the relevant parties in government.
Yes, thank you so much for having us. I mean, we're saying to the authorities, enough is enough of the killing of our members. One of our problems we have is the apparent inability of the police to gather crime intelligence so that to preempt these attacks on our members. So we're appealing to the authorities to say enough is enough, stop the killing of our members. They've got families. You can imagine your father going to work and you don't know that your father is going to come back.
Key amongst that is our understanding from part of that memorandum is that you do want government to assist, because the claim is that the employer itself is not taking seriously the issue of security of your members.
Yes, among our key demands, we want proper training of our crews, at least 3 months of proper training. What is happening currently is that people are trained for only 1 week and they are thrown into a deep end.
Let's just walk towards this direction as we chat. Sorry, gentlemen.
Hardened criminals with very heavy arms, and our people, our guys are only having small arms. And we want the training to be regulated by the state. We want the design of the trucks to be regulated by the state. Those are among our key demands. We want the authorities to step up their crime gathering capabilities so that they can preempt these incidents and stop the killing of our members.
You've had several talks with the police minister about what's been happening within the sector. Why do you think that it's been so difficult for police to really get to the bottom of why these attacks have increased so dramatically?
Yes, we are wondering why, because I mean, at the end of the day, the companies involved, they can provide the security, but at the end of the day, the security of each and every South African citizen is the responsibility of the state. So we are appealing to the state, to the Minister of Police in particular, I mean, to come forward. And we used to have what was called a crime forum, where as unions and the industry will sit together, will strategize, will preempt all this. So we're appealing for them to revive what was called the crime forum, where the stakeholders come together, like basically to gather crime intelligence and prevent these brutal incidents from going on. Yes.
In addition to that, you would know, Baba Ngumalo, you were also part of the story that the SABC did on the easy accessibility of explosives, clearly demonstrated in our investigation at the SABC. That's certainly what many are saying is also fueling these attacks in the cash in transit sector.
Yes, that is a key component of crime gathering intelligence. We always wonder, as part of crime gathering, where are the explosive comes from. As the expose has shown, it's very easy to acquire this explosive. I mean, for only about 350 rand you can buy explosives, which shows that, I mean, life has come so cheap. So we want to prevent that. We want to prevent this explosive falling into wrong hands. We want to all our citizens to be free from attacks.
But how would you want the mining sector to also account for this? Because there had been widespread speculation at some point that these explosives were coming from the mines. So as was in our story, it was clearly demonstrated that those explosives were being sourced from underground. Would you be calling for perhaps the mines themselves to account and strengthen their security?
Yes, we appeal to the mine authorities to account, I mean, to strengthen their internal security, because obviously these explosives are coming from the mines, and we really need that to put an end to that.
All right, Baba Frank Ngumalo, who is the spokesperson for FEDUSA, thank you very much for your time. As you can see now, Desiree, the march itself has moved up Dakota Street. We're near the University of the Witwatersrand, Wits University here in Johannesburg. They've already started their walk, and you can see here many of these cash vans accompanying men who are usually behind the wheel there, transporting very important cash in the country, and they're saying that there needs to be recognition for the important work that they do in South Africa, and they want government to stand behind them and ensure that they are safe. They say that the employer at this stage, they believe, is not doing enough to protect them at this stage. So walking through Jorrison Street now, here in Braamfontein, we will continue to walk with them, as you see, accompanied by quite a number. You'd recall this morning there had been quite a number of these trucks that had blocked off the N1 as they were heading towards this direction, and their final stop, of course, will be at the Gauteng Community Safety MEC's offices, where they will hand over that memorandum of demands.
Amazing investigative journalism she's done on that story there. Chriselda Lewis giving us the latest on the march for the people in transit business have a march in Johannesburg, and she's following up that story. Continue to watch on SABC News throughout the day.